President Wagner, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty, parents, family, and friends, and to the class of 2014, I'm delighted and very pleased to be with you on this important occasion. Now let me join President Wagner in saying hashtag thanks, Gary. To each and every one of you who are receiving a degree, congratulations. Congratulations. This is your day. Enjoy it. Be happy. Just be happy. Have a little fun. Smile. You look good. You look beautiful. Handsome. Did anyone else tell you that you really look good? Colorful? Now let me just tell you for a moment. I didn't grow up in a big city like Decatur. I didn't grow up in a big city like Snellville. I didn't grow up in a big city like Buffalo or Chicago or New York or Los Angeles or Atlanta. I grew up in rural Alabama, 50 miles from Montgomery, outside of a little place called Troy. My father was a sharecropper, a tenant farmer. But back in 1944, when I was only 4 years old, my father had saved $300. And with the $300, he bought 110 acres of land. My family still own that land today. How many of you remember when you were 4? Now, what happened to the rest of us? It was many, many years ago when we would visit the little town of Troy, visit Montgomery, visit Tuskegee, visit Birmingham. I saw those signs that said white men, white women, colored women, white waiting, colored waiting. I would come home and ask my mother, my father, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, why? And they would say, that's the way it is. Don't get in the way. Don't get in trouble. But one day in 1955, 15 years old, in the 10th grade, I heard about Rosa Parks. I heard the words of Martin Luther King Jr. on our radio. 1957, I met Rosa Parks at the age of 17. In 1958, at the age of 18, I met Martin Luther King Jr., and these two individuals inspired me to get in the way, to get in trouble. So I come here to say to you this morning, on this beautiful campus, with your great education, you must find a way to get in the way. You must find a way to get in trouble, good trouble, necessary trouble. Use your education. You have wonderful teachers, wonderful professors, researchers. Use what you have. Use your learning. Use your tools to help make our country and make our world a better place where no one will be left out or left behind. You can do it and you must do it. It is your time. In a few short days, we will commemorate what we call the Mississippi Summer Project. For more than 1,000 students from all over America, many from abroad, made a trip to Mississippi to encourage people to register to vote. And the summer night of June 21st, 1964, 3 young men that I knew, 2 whites and 1 African American, Mickey Werner, Andy Goodman, and James Chaney, went out to investigate the burning of an African-American church that was used for voter registration workshop. These 3 young men were detained by the sheriff, taken to jail, taken out of jail, turned over to the Klan, where they were beaten, shot, and killed. And I tell students today, these 3 young men didn't die in Vietnam. They didn't die in the Middle East or Eastern Europe. They didn't die in Africa or Central or South America. They died right here in our own country, trying to help all of our citizens become participants in the democratic process. As young people, you must understand that there are forces that want to take us back to another period. But you must say that we're not going back. We made too much progress and we're going forward. There may be some setbacks, some delays, some disappointment, but you must never, ever give up or give in. You must keep the faith and keep your eyes on the prize. That is your calling. That is your mission. That is your moral obligation. That is your mandate. Get out there and do it. Get in the way. In the final analysis, we all must learn to live together as brothers and sisters, not just in America, but around the world. I want to tell you one little story. I told you I wouldn't be long. You know, I got arrested a few times during the 60s, 40 times. And Attorney Ben Johnson, my great friend, President Beverly Tatum, I'm honored to be honored with these 2 wonderful people, that all of the charges was dropped and dismissed. But since I've been in Congress, and young people ask me, how can you be in Congress? You got arrested so many times. Been arrested since I've been in Congress 5 more times. And I may get arrested again. The last time I got arrested was trying to say to the Congress, we need to pass comprehensive immigration reform and set people on a path to citizenship. It's the right thing to do. It doesn't make sense that we live in a country, we live in a society where more than 12 million people are living in the shadow, living in fear. That is not right, that is not fair, and that is not just. And you must get in the way and find a way to make a way out of no way. When I was growing up outside of Troy, Alabama, I had an aunt by the name of Seneva. And my Aunt Seneva lived in what we call a shotgun house. I know as Emory students, soon to graduate. You have never seen a shotgun house. You don't even know what I'm talking about. My Aunt Seneva didn't have a green manicured lawn. Had a simple plain dirt yard. And sometime at night, you can look up through the holes in the ceiling, the holes in the tin roof, and count the stars. When it would rain, she would get a pail, a bucket, or a tub, and catch the rainwater. But if you really want to know what a shotgun house looked like in a nonviolent sense, it's an old house, one way in, one way out, where you can bounce a basketball through the front door, and it will go straight out the back door. My Aunt Seneva lived in a shotgun house. From time to time, she would walk out into the woods and cut branches from a dogwood tree and tie these branches together and make what she called a brush broom. And she would sweep this dirt yard very clean, sometimes 2 and 3 times a week, but especially on a Friday or Saturday, because she wanted that dirt yard to look good during the weekend. One Saturday afternoon, a group of my brothers and sisters and a few of my first cousins were out playing in my Aunt Seneva's dirt yard. And an unbelievable storm came up. The wind started blowing, the thunder started rolling, the lightning started flashing, and the rain started beating on the tin roof of this old shotgun house. My aunt became terrified. She started crying. She thought this whole house was going to blow away. When it appeared that one corner of the house was going to blow away, my aunt had us all to hold hands and walk to that side to try to hold hold the house down with our little bodies. When the other corner appeared to be lifting, she had us to walk to that side. We were little children walking with the wind, but we never left the house. I said to you, as you leave here, leave this beautiful campus. The wind may blow, the thunder may roll, the lightning may flash, and the rain may beat on our old house. Call it the house of Emory. Call it the house of Georgia, or Alabama, or New York. Call it the house of Europe. Call it the house of Africa. Call it the house of Asia, or Central or South America. Call it the house of the Middle East. We all live in the same house. And it doesn't matter whether we are black or white, Latino, Asian American, or Native American. It doesn't matter whether we are straight or gay. We are one people. We are one family. We all live in the same house. Be bold. Be courageous. Stand up. Speak out, and find a way to create the beloved community, the beloved world, a world of peace, a world that recognizes the dignity of all humankind. Never become bitter. Never become hostile. Never hate. Live in peace. We are one people, and one love. Thank you very much.
The preceding program is copyrighted by Emory University.